Okay, hello Twilight. I know, another video before video starts. I do apologize, but I'm explaining why there's no footage to go along with the lore. I was talking to my mama about it, what I should do with the Bloodborne walkthrough and lore through, and I honestly was really willing to just drop the lore part, but I had so much of it done already, it seemed a waste not to finish it up. Problem was, Azrael was there for most of it, and I've already explained why he and I are no longer speaking. I'm not going over it again, okay? So, there's audio for the lore, but there's not really going to be footage, and I apologize for that, but when I did it, I just did an audio recording. There was no running around an area. Because I was hoping to get Azrael there with me, but my PS Plus was running out, and yada yada yada. You all know how it works already. Plus, he wasn't always available and I couldn't afford to wait for him. So, there is not going to be anything to watch when you listen to the lore. It's just going to be audio. This little picture thing will probably be there, or something, I don't know, but there will not be any visuals to look at. I do apologize for that, but I do not have the patience to go through my own videos, get rid of the audio, then put my audio in and look for all the right moments in the video for you. So I'm sorry, but that's just how it's gonna be. It's either that or I say F it to the lore period and just delete the videos I have of the audio. Because guys, I am not good at studying. I am crap at taking notes. I was never good at it, and that's basically what I had to do every time I looked up a YouTube person who knew the lore better than me. And it's not been fun! I promised to do the lore, and I've done it to the best of my capability. In the last lore video, I'm going to leave a link to all the people who I have watched to get lore from. There's also other people who I didn't use, but I have watched before and listened to. There's a new one who I got a lot of my most recent ideas from. I do like her a good deal, and she makes a lot of good points, and she helped me figure out some things with my own lore theories that I've heard from others. So that being said, I'm sorry there's no visuals, there's only audio, but let's get into it, alright? Thanks. Have fun watching. And listening, I mean. Alright, hello Twilight, Minna Likes Waffles here. I hope you hear me okay. And I have a bit of news, probably gonna take me a while to get through so you fully understand what happened. But in the next few lore videos, save for the Upper Cathedral ward, and microphone, what are you doing? Come here. Okay, save for the Upper Cathedral ward and the Hunter's Nightmare areas. Azrael is in those videos. He's also in some of the Hunter's Nightmare and a bunch of other locations. Because I already have the videos recorded. It's just the matter of playing with the lore and getting everything set up correctly. But the main thing I need to go over is the fact that Azrael and I are no longer speaking. I refer to him as an ex-friend now, and the reason for this was he kept asking me where I live so he could potentially visit one day, and I have told him before, when he's asked before, that I'm not telling him, because I am not a very trusting person. I am highly paranoid, and why on earth would I share that information with someone I've met online? Marie is like my best friend, and I call her my big sister, and she doesn't know where I live. You just don't share that information online, but he just wanted general location like Canada, America, Japan, that sort of thing, but I'm not telling him. And I told him that. I've explained my reasons several times. He goes off on me saying that it's okay, I don't have feelings or anything, and one day you won't be so secretive with me. I'm sorry he got upset. I was not being unreasonable, I was being perfectly nice about it, explaining why I'm not telling him. And it's not being secretive, it's being effing cautious. Thank you very much. My family members agree that he had no business asking that. My favorite streamer agreed. Another streamer I watch agreed. Heck, her entire chat agreed that he shouldn't have been asking where I live. He had no right to be asking, no business to do it. If I want to offer that information, then sure, but he should not have asked. And that wasn't the first time he asked. I even begged that we change the subject because my anxiety was spiking, and he still would not stop. Like, my anxiety spiked so bad, guys, that I was starting to shake. And he wasn't letting it go. I was getting angry, I was getting upset, and my anxiety was spiking. I had enough, because he would not let it go. I started blocking him and removing him as a friend on everything that I had added him on. When I got to the PS4, he had the gall to ask me why I'm paranoid. Do I have to have an effing reason? And I did say that to him. I don't need a reason to be paranoid or cautious. I don't. And there's nothing wrong with being cautious. Paranoia is not good, but caution, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. He tried to apologize and change the subject then, after he realized how bad he upset me. I already tried to change the subject, and I have several times told him no. The first time should have been enough. So I told him on that last message we were done. I blocked and removed him, and the only people who can send me messages on the PS4 are friends, because I've gotten spam and inappropriate pictures sent to me on there, and I've also had a guy constantly pester me. So once I figured out how to do that, I did it. But in the videos when you see Asriel, that was before he did that. This went on a lot longer than I intended, but you guys needed to know what happened. I am sad about this, that he and I aren't speaking anymore, but he should not have pushed me, especially on a subject like that. Well, you guys know now. I hope you enjoy the videos. You stick around, and whenever I stream next, you'll be there potentially. You might want to join my Discord to be aware of when I stream, because I always put it up there. I don't do a video on YouTube because that got irritating to put a short video up, take it down, put it back up again. I also don't really use Twitter because I don't know how to use it, and I think it's infuriating. I get tweets from people I don't even know. What the F is that? But that's all. I'll let you watch the video now. See you later, Twilights. Bye! Okay, hello Twilights, Minna Likes Waffles here. I hope you can hear me okay, and you see everything okay. And this is the Bloodborne lore video for the Upper Cathedral Ward. Now, there's some additional information I have that I got when I was watching a streamer do a lore through. I don't have that open, but I remember some of what she said, so I will touch up on it. Alright, but let's go with what I wrote down first, yeah? I'm reading it on my phone, so I have to scroll a little bit. I still don't trust my computer with my browser open. I just don't. Sorry, I still cough every so often, despite no longer being sick. Okay, this place is where the highest ranked members of the Healing Church reside. They normally have use of arcane tools such as Augur of Abriatus and Call Beyond. Let's take note of the little celestials. These things are known to be Odin's children. There's an awful lot of them, which leaves some grim ideas in my mind. It's also theorized by the person I watched do the stream that maybe they were the orphans who were experimented on and turned into those things, but I'm leaning toward the Odin's children bit. She did also mention that line of thought, so she was just getting all the information out there, but I more agree with the Odin's children part. Okay, we will also find some brain suckers here, and the working theory is that they are what became of the choir members. Or they are also the result of experimentation by said choir, but I lean toward them being choir members. This is because they search for insight, much like Willem did, and the way they primarily attack you is they stun your hunter so you cannot move, and then this thing pops out of their head and they shove it into your skull and start sucking your insight away along with your blood. Or it's just your insight. And that's an interesting thing I should also mention, that the higher your insight is, the more damage Frenzy will do to you. This is because, and this is what I heard, I think it was from her or someone else who said it, but Frenzy is like loads of eldritch information or any information being crammed into your head instantly, and it's hurting you bad. Because you can't handle loads of information being driven into your skull, which is what the Frenzy is doing and why it hurts you so much when it activates. Okay, but anyway. Okay, so there became other choir members. Okay, but who is to say some of the women didn't end up pregnant by Odin, but all we can find is the children? I'm guessing that was my theory, but can you blame me for considering it? There are female choir members, and who's to say he didn't impregnate them? There are strange statues here. They can be seen in the chalices, I do believe. Perhaps other areas as well. Keep your eyes open for those. I don't know what to make of them, so don't ask me. I don't know what to say about the scourge beasts, other than they have different colored eyes. The church servants don't need much explanation. Their name makes it all clear. Now, something interesting that the streamer I was watching said is the soundtrack. It's definitely creepy and fits a horror game-esque atmosphere, which is what we think the developers were going for. But the song, the actual vocal you hear, she wonders if that's Abrietes crying or singing, and you can hear it. Not to mention the little Celestials, Odin's children, they're all looking up toward the clock tower, or toward the cosmos. Or maybe they're looking up toward Abrietes. Okay, where'd I just leave off? Okay, as for the Celestial Emissary, the boss here, well, you pick up the orphanage key from a brain sucker, and it's hard not to draw some horrific ideas when you fight the boss here. I'm sure I've said this before during a different lore video, but I think the Healing Church takes children from their families, promising they will keep the kids safe. I call BS on this. I think they got taken to the upper Cathedral ward and ended up in the same spot as the orphans. It's an awful thought line to consider, but it isn't that much of a stretch, to be entirely honest. As for the left behind Grey One Abrietes, unless you want to 100% the game and plan to be a vile blood, you don't have to kill her. Quite honestly, she won't even attack you until you hit Abrietes. And honestly, you can get the vile blood stuff done right away, so long, if you're good at PvP, just kill a couple of other hunters, or kill some NPC hunters. The best location I can think of for that is the Nightmare Frontier. There's 2 NPC hunter there that you can slaughter and get the blood dregs from. But after you get the emotes from Annalise, there's really no reason to keep giving her blood dregs. Unless you want it for bragging rights. Just keep doing PvP, killing your fellow hunters, giving her more. Because there is a registry. I don't really know what it's for, though. I've never poked it. Okay, but back to Abrietes. I do believe she's the holy medium of blood healing that Alfred mentions to us. I am, however, a touch confused here. If she was giving her blood willingly, why did the Beast Scourge start? I wonder about this because of what happened to the Cimmerians in Loran. Queen Yarnam shared the Great One blood with Loran. The people were sick, and she knew that would cure them. However, she broke the blood contract by doing this. Nothing is left of Loran but sand and a few of the beasts. The Cimmerians locked Yarnam away, hoping the Great Ones would spare them. Don't know if they did or not, but we can find them in the chalices. Now, I brought this up in that stream where she was doing the lore through. If I can find her again, I'll link in the description. I'll try anyway if I remember. FNA, I'm bound to forget. But I asked this question, why the Scourge would have started, because there's no way the Healing Church could forcibly take blood from Abrietus and not get members destroyed in the process, or potentially kill her. So she had to be giving it willingly. The streamer woman I watched, she thinks that the Scourge happened because all the organizations of Yarnam rushed too hard. They tried to go forward too fast, and they were punished for it by the very blood they imbibed. Or as Patches says, the blood imbibes you, which is a scurry thought. Also, when I mentioned the thing with Queen Yarnam and the blood contract and the whole Loran thing, she's not sure that's exactly what happened, because there's not really evidence of it. It's an interesting theory line, though, because it gives a reason as to why Yarnam would be locked up in her tomb, while pregnant, no less. But she figured Loran got some of the blood and started messing with it, handing it around, and they were trying to do the same thing the people of Yarnam did, and they got the beast scourge because of it. But I'm gonna stick with my theory that Queen Yarnam was chosen to birth the child of a Great One, and she broke the blood contract by handing out the Great One blood. She probably imbibed some of it to become pregnant, or however that thing works, but she gave some of the blood to Loran's citizens, and basically got them all killed for it, and herself imprisoned. But we'll talk more about her later. Yeah, I continue on the line of thought. But this here is why I'm confused. The Great Ones were angered and cursed the people who took the blood. Blood was given outside the Great One's consent. It doesn't look that way for Abrietus. I'm just gonna roll with what the streamer lady said, and that the organizations of Yarnam pushed too far too fast, and their own systems punished them for it. Think of it like they got frenzied really bad, but it affected them differently. Like, I don't know how to explain it the way I'm thinking it. Sorry. This is about all the lore I have for the area. I have most of the rest of it written down, so it's just a matter of me doing the recording, and I think I will do that while I'm at it. Hey, let me scroll back. Okay, so that was the Upper Cathedral. I'll move on to whatever's next. What's next? Shut up. Oh. Okay. That's next. We're gonna be here for a bit. Alright. I thank everyone very much for watching. If you'd like to support the YouTube channel, please like, subscribe, and share it. If you want to support my Twitch channel, it's linked. You can go over there and follow and share it. My Discord is also linked on my Twitch and my YouTube, so you can join that to know when I'm streaming or uploading and a variety of other things. But above all, I hope you enjoyed this. It was informative and it's fun. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.